virus Omicron. Falcon hates puns and thinks that they're all wrong. One's American and one is an Aussie. Talking about StarCraft 2 and the esports scene.
It's been a slow day for me.
Day off?
Yeah.
Nice. Do enjoy those.
Yeah.
Released a podcast, played some Gears, played some Classic.
Played a lot of Gears.
Record a podcast.
Doing
Two
that
podcast
now.
things today.
Oh my god. What if I put this one out as well today?
That would be the podcastiest day of all podcasts, I believe.
Damn, I should have saved that idea for International Podcast Day coming up in like 2 weeks.
You can release 2 podcasts on the same day. And then beat that, other podcasts. Did you release 2 episodes on the same day? I didn't think so.
I mean, statistically, there's got to be one out there that's going to do that.
Have to be? I don't know if there has to be.
I mean, hundreds of thousands of podcasts out there. You think we're the only one that gets the idea for release 2 on one day?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Maybe not the only one that gets that idea, but the only one that would actually do it.
Well, I mean, would you count it if, like, they were just updating their back catalog? Like, all right, here's, like, 5 or 6 episodes from a different hosting site that, like, they're not using anymore.
No, I would not count that. It'd have to be 2 new episodes no one has ever heard.
What if they took 1 episode and split it into 2? Just added original endings and beginnings. I could make. I'm pretty sure I could make 6 episodes out of this one.
True. Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Well, better,
thank you for listening, people. This is the end of the first episode. Tune in tomorrow for the next one.
Better, but still cheating.
Still cheating? Oh, damn.
Yeah. But if you're not cheating, you're not trying. I think is what people say. Anyway.
Is that a thing?
People say it. That. I don't really subscribe to that theory, but yes.
I've never heard it.
I know. I believe it was in reference to... Did you hear about I think we talked about this, the Disneyland scandal from last year? Where people with disabilities were like, hey, if you pay me $500, I'll let you come to Disneyland with me and get fast passes to everything because I'm disabled.
Sounds brilliant.
Uh-huh. And then Disneyland was like, all right, we're not doing that anymore for anyone. You ruined it. Bye. Shut down. It was amazing. Yep. That's how nice things get taken away, is because people bring it.
Disneyland shouldn't have taken it away. They should have just jacked up their prices.
For people who are disabled?
Yeah.
That's not a good look.
Well, what's a better look? Denying services to disabled people or charging them $20 more?
Probably denying it. I just think their general customer base would be more upset at the fact that people are cheating their way into the system than that disabled people aren't getting special treatment. I think between those 2 options, I think the average person's like, yeah, I don't feel great about people cheating the system who aren't disabled to get special benefits for disabled people. That's worse.
I mean, I think it's totally fine because at least this way, more disabled people get to go to Disneyland more often. I prefer to look at the positive of this situation. If they're able to leverage some extra money and they get to go to Disneyland 2 to 3 times a week, because that's now a full-time job for them, I think that's okay.
Wouldn't you get so sick of Disneyland if you went 2 or 3 times a week? Oh my gosh.
I am sick of Disneyland just from this conversation. Like, I have no desire to go there.
Yeah. Oh, no, me neither. But your customers are like, I want to ride It's a Small World. And you're like, no. I've ridden it 13 times in the last 3 months.
Right, but you're also getting paid $500 a day.
Oh, yeah. No, I get it. I understand. It'd be a nice little financial bonus. But, man... Your mental health is worth something, isn't it?
Sure.
Anyway, yeah, no. I mean, until they build another Disneyland, like in Austin, Texas or something, I'm just not going to either Disneyland or Disney World. It's too crowded, too many people around, can't afford to go these days. And it's just, no, it's too big of a thing. There's just guaranteed lines no matter when you attend.
Mm-hmm. True fact.
So as soon as they open a third one in Austin, and then maybe like a year after that, after it calms down, that should take some of the load off the other two, and then make it so it's not insane to go.
You'd think it would.
I would.
But what if it doesn't? What if it just gets just as busy? And like the other two are still just as busy.
That sounds impossible to me. Are
Yeah.
you sure? Are you sure that's possible?
Yeah, it's basically like an amusement park, like with licensing agreements. It's like there are lots of them everywhere.
Like, there aren't people who live in the Midwest who normally would fly to Florida or California to go to Disneyland who now go to the third one and don't go to the other ones. You know what I mean? I don't know. I feel like it reduces the load on all three.
It could, but it could appear to reduce the load, and so many people get the idea that, oh, it's now so convenient, I can go to the one that's closer to me, because less people from the Midwest are coming.
You might be right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I guess I'm never going to Disneyland. Sorry, kids. Not happening.
I will go to Disneyland when they roll out full dive virtual reality Disneyland, and I can be there alone.
I think you probably get VR at home before you get full VR at Disneyland.
No. Full dive, like VR at home of Disneyland. I don't want to go to Disneyland to get into a VR setup.
That's what I thought you were talking about. I was like, what are you on about?
No.
Got it. What does full dive mean? Is that a term? Did you make that up?
No, that's a term. It's
Full
the
dive VR.
It's the science fiction version of like you go unconscious and you're just in your mindscape.
Oh.
It's like
So-
not
okay.
logo, Sword Art Online kind of VR.
Gotcha.
Where you don't have like a headset on, you just like plugged into the machine.
Or like The Matrix. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I learned a new term today. Thanks.
No worries.
I like this article from 2017. How close are we to creating full dive VR? Well,
Yeah,
it's been 2 years.
okay.
We're not there yet, so not great.
Not very.
Not very close.
No.
All right, good stuff. Been watching Sword Art Online. Dang, I'm like anime. What's the anime we were just talking about? Fire Force.
Yeah.
And this anime moves. Holy crap, does it move?
I have not seen the most recent episode or two.
Okay.
Because WoW and Gears. So.
Yep. No, that's fair.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just so we talked about this, I think, where they're like, oh, the lady in charge of the 5th or whatever is bad, and then they go in and like the next episode they take her down. It's like we win. Next, It's like holy crap, there's no build up at all. Yeah, so same thing. They're like, we're gonna go investigate the 1st. We're gonna figure out what's going on, and then like, not kidding, next episode they're like, oh hey, it's this. It's like, dang, you guys are really uncovering things really quickly here. I'm very impressed with you.
Yeah. I think I have seen them go to the 1st. It is very quick, which makes me curious. Like, at how quickly was it written? Like in the original source material.
Yeah, totally.
Like, what are they like jumping over?
Well, that's what I'm wondering. Maybe it's just that fast in the anime. Like,
Well, in the manga.
oh, sorry, in the manga. Right.
All right.
Yeah, wouldn't that be?
I mean-
That'd be crazy.
That would be crazy, and that would also be a little worrying because if an anime just the anime skips stuff because it feels like they're on a time crunch, only 24 episodes, 20 minutes each. Something's got to get cut somewhere. But if the writer decided to not have something, it usually to me means he didn't have anything, right? And if you don't have a need to like be in your world between plot arcs a little bit,
Yeah.
that's just worrying for the vision of the story.
Okay. Yeah.
I just really like stories where it's like, okay, yeah, I want to be in this world and see what's going on, and they do that a bunch. It's like Arthur and Shinra go around and they're like fetching a guy out of a tree and handing out balloons, right? There's stuff happening in this world, but then it all kicks off. And then it's been like 4 episodes, and it's like, all right, on to the next thing, on to the next thing, on to the next thing. Oh, barbecue, on to the next thing.
Yeah. No. Pretty much. I hear you. And especially in a situation where it is a weird world, Like, essentially, the rest of the planet's on fire, and there's this tiny section of Japan that's not.
Yeah.
It's like, how does that affect things? Like, people seem generally fairly normal, except for living in abject fear of immolation at all times. But other than that, like, they seem like normal people, and I'm not sure is that the case?
Yeah. Need to explore it a little bit. Give us some better understanding.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's good, though. It's fine. It is not as good as Mindhunter, though. Holy crap. Did you watch Mindhunter?
I literally finished the first episode about 25 minutes ago.
Perfect. You know what I did yesterday? I was like, I got to watch some Mindhunter. So last night, I put it on. And then 4 episodes later, I was like, it's 1 a.m. I got to go to sleep. I was not prepared for how good it was going to be. Holy smokes.
Mm-hmm.
So it's... Go ahead.
Yeah, it's really good. I'm enjoying it.
So I don't know. I didn't know what it was going to be. Like, I knew it was about, like, investigating serial killers and determining, like, behavioral psychology and stuff. Like, I get that.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't understand it was from the perspective of, like, just starting from the ground floor of when we decided we should look at the psychology of these people and how we decided to do it and the pushback back they got from upstairs and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really good. I mean, David Fincher is... do we want to call him a genius? We might call him a genius director. He's done a lot of amazing things. And... yeah, I didn't realize that he was doing this as well. I probably would have watched it sooner if I known that was the case. But he's done 7. He's known for doing 7 back in '95, which is a great film with Morgan Freeman and Brad Pitt. Have you seen 7?
No.
So you know the meme, What's in the Box?
Yeah. I have seen most of the movie. I had like... I was enjoying the movie, but I had to like stop and like do something. Like I had to go to bed or something, and then I just never went back to it. And it's always gotten to the point where I'm like, I don't know where I was up to, but I know the what's in the box bit, right?
Yeah. Yep.
But I don't know if I know it because I've seen to that part in the movie, or if I just know it because it's a meme.
Right.
And it's one of those movies that's somewhat psychologically scarring, if I remember it correctly.
Uh-huh. Yep.
Right? And that always makes me worried to go back to it, no matter how much I enjoyed it. Like the movie Ex Machina. Fantastic. Highly recommend it. I will never watch it again.
Because of the...
intense psychological toying with my mind.
Really? Ex Machina?
Yeah.
How?
The
Like,
robot
just in the
people...
are they alive or are they not thing?
Yeah, and like, can a person tell the difference between a robot that's on their side and a robot that's only pretending to be on their side?
Ooh,
that kind of
yeah.
worries me.
Ooh,
And it's like,
yeah.
because okay, so Ex Machina, the entire story is this idea of the guy trying to get this other guy to see if the robot's really like sentient. But what it actually is the guy feeding the other guy to the robot to try and see if it can escape.
Right.
And what it does to the viewer is it makes the viewer guess whether or not the robot is a good robot or a bad robot. And I chose wrong. Right? I was like,
fooled because Alicia Vikander is hot. That's what happened.
Yeah, maybe.
Yep.
Sure.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But I think that movie does a really good job of showing what it looks like when a god is toying with an ant. Which is like human next to an AI intellect. That's what it is.
Yeah, it wasn't it?
Yeah.
Like, the robot hides it, but it's there.
Yeah.
Well, so my question is it evil? Is it a question of good versus evil, or do the robots simply want to escape? The end.
Well,
right? The robot wanted to live a life free of control and got it. Mm-hmm. And basically murdered 2 people to do it. But I don't know. Would you kill 2 people to gain your freedom? Maybe.
Yeah. I mean, it depends on like the kind of imprisonment that I had, right?
Yeah.
Because if we're just talking, is it okay to kill people to free people? The answer has to be yes, because slavery was a thing at one point, and guys had like a civil war over the whole right to that some people shouldn't be slaves, and if it wasn't right to kill people, what were you doing?
Yeah.
So I feel like that one has to be a no-brainer. But the interesting thing is, I feel like throughout the entire movie, by the time you get to the end of it and you've seen everything, the robot could have escaped without killing either of them. For instance, the last guy, she just locked in there by himself with like no ability to leave. But she also didn't kill the other one.
Yeah.
She let the other robot do that. And like, okay, so some robots can be murderous, vengeful constructs.
You want to know why?
Why?
Because those two people could identify her and take her back. If they're dead, nobody knows who she is. She is not getting found.
I mean, she's a robot. She can literally change what she looks like.
I guess. She's like out. I don't know. Like, does she have access to that stuff when she's out running around in Paris or whatever? Maybe.
Probably not. But, I mean, hair dye and a face mask, I don't know, go live in Korea, pretend you're sick. It'll be fine. Like, it's entirely possible that she could have gotten out, she could have gotten free without killing them, but still chose to put them in positions where they die.
Right. And again, I don't think that was because she wanted to get revenge on them because she hated them. I think it was literally a cold, calculated decision that my chances of being free for the rest of ever go up immensely if these two people are dead.
Oh, yeah. What's the saying? Two people can keep a secret if one of them's dead?
Yeah, exactly. 3 people can totally keep a secret if 2 of them are dead.
Yeah.
Right. And that's what it was.
Yeah.
So anyway,
such a good movie.
really good movie. Yeah. Anyway, I don't know that 7 messed with my head in that way though. So I think you're safe.
I don't remember if it did or not. So that's the issue. I will, if you're gonna say it didn't, I will go back and rewatch it and then finish it.
I would. It's a dark movie, just like atmospherically. It's just always poorly lit, and it's dirty and it's grungy everywhere you go. And like, I don't know if you remember this part, but Brad Pitt and his wife like buy an apartment in Seattle.
And there's always a train going past or something.
Yeah, and the real estate dude only ever brought them by to see it when there wasn't a train going past. So they buy it, and then it's just nonstop trains. It's like, that is one sneaky real estate agent. Really nailed it.
That's what they do. That's what
they
do.
Yeah. I mean, just get the sale. Get out, man.
Yeah.
So anyway, he did 7. So back to Mindhunter. Yeah, I mean, it's a very fictionalized, I don't know how much of this is real, but the concept was the FBI back in the 70s was like, so turns out there's these serial killers running around. We don't know why they do what they do, and how can we hope to catch any of them or stop them if we don't know why they do what they do? It's just a box of crazy to us at this point.
Right.
Yeah. So this one dude, again, I don't know how accurate this is to history, but this one dude is kind of inspired by talking with some people and decides to sit down with a serial killer in California who will not shut up about the killings. Like, they literally cannot get him to be quiet about it. So, yeah, sits down, just meets with him and just tries to pick his brain, figure out why he thinks he did, what his motivations were for doing what he did, how he feels about crime in general. He actually turned himself in, so what his thoughts are about staying ahead of the cops and maybe use that to try to catch some people who are free right now. And it's just really good. It's really well done. The acting is fantastic. Like I said, I sat down intending to watch 1 episode and I watched 4, so definitely thumbs up for me.
I haven't gotten to the part where he sits down with any criminals yet.
I thought that was in 1. I'm sorry. Yep, that's probably in 2 then.
It is. I've seen like the first 5 minutes of 2, so I know that he's going to.
Got it.
But I haven't gotten to the part where he does it. Is it like he sits down and has a conversation, or is it a bit like Hannibal Lecter and Clarice?
Well, I mean, that's the question, right? Is, at least at this point, it doesn't seem like this dude is cooperating with the intent of getting something out of it or trying to escape. But maybe he is.
Maybe.
I mean, part of it, part of it here is that he turned himself in, and then like drove him down from Washington to California to incarcerate him, and he just wouldn't stop talking about it the whole time. So like, this is not really a dude who only talks to get something. He just literally likes talking about what he did. So in that situation, I don't really feel like he's manipulating them in any way. I think he just really enjoys chatting about it and like getting his ideas out there.
And just to run the same page, this is Manson, yeah?
Nope.
Nope. He doesn't go and sit down with him? Nope. Someone else?
No, because Manson's free at this point.
No, he's not.
Is he incarcerated at this point?
Yeah, the start of episode 2, they're literally like on a plane. He's like, look, like the old dude, Bill or whatever. He's like, I don't want to hear it. And he's like, young kid's like, but he's in prison just over there. We just like, it's 30 miles drive. We can sit down with Manson.
I misunderstood. Okay. So nope, not Manson.
No. Okay.
No, I don't know. Somebody said Manson's in season 2. So I don't think they get around to him in season 1 at all.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I don't really know much about Manson. And it might come up on the podcast. So I just quickly Wikipedia'd it, had a look. And then it was like, hey, here's a list of other media in which Manson is like referenced or shown in. And I'm like, oh, that's interesting. Wow, that's a long list. Holy crap. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood has Charles Manson in it.
Sure does.
No idea.
Yep.
That movie is not about what I thought it was about.
Yeah, no kidding. That movie is a rambling mess of different Quentin Tarantino ideas and things he liked about Hollywood back in the 60s and the effect of... Like, he references the Manson murders, but does his own thing with it, like he did with Inglourious Bastards, right? His version of history was different than what actually happened.
Right.
Anyway, yeah. I mean, it's fairly... I don't know. I don't want to say it's incidental. The Manson stuff's not incidental to the film, but, like... It's not really interwoven with the rest of the movie, if that makes any sense.
Right. It's not the focus. It's just kind of a
it's
thing
there.
that's happening parallel.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Like, the further I get away from Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, Tarantino needs an editor. He just... It's so sprawly. So many things happen that have no bearing on anything. And I'm sure he loves it, but man, it's hard to sit through sometimes. Anyway. Okay. Yeah. And so, I mean, they do sit down with a second serial killer later on in the season that I saw. And I don't know. This dude, it seems like he could have some ulterior motives to cooperating. And they say this more than once. Like, they talk about this with each other. How do you not know you're not being lied to? It's like, well, yeah, you don't. I mean, these people have often been incarcerated previously and then released because they are able to convince people they were good and then killed again. So, like, if they can fool skilled and trained psychologists on this matter, they can probably fool a couple FBI agents, you know?
Right.
Yeah. But, I don't know. The prevailing idea is we got to try, like, because otherwise we just don't know. And we have no hope of catching anybody who's out there doing this.
Right. Yep.
Yeah. So I don't know. I really liked it. I never thought about this before. Never thought about, like, was there a moment in time where we realized there's this stuff happening and there's no way for us to really track it down at all? I guess we should maybe figure that out. I do take exception. They kind of heavily imply this wasn't happening until, like, the 50s and 60s.
Right.
I don't think that's true. I think serial killers have existed throughout all of human history. I think it's...
but, like, the ability to track and recognize that's what it is, to notice that they connected might be different.
That's it. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It was much easier to get away with serial killing back in the 1600s as compared to today, for sure.
Right. And I also imagine it's like a density of population issue, where it's like, it's hard to be a serial killer in a town of 20 people because you kill 4 people and everyone knows it's you.
Totally.
And then they just kill you because you're a
eventually they know it's you. Yeah. Maybe not at first, but eventually they'll track you down because there's 20 people. Right.
Right. I mean, then you get cities where there's like, there's 40 million people living here.
Yeah.
It's what they might refer to as a target-rich environment.
Yep. Well, and that was the thing in the 60s, too, was you definitely had serial killers just bouncing from state to state, killing people here, killing people there. No state talked to each other. So you could have these 2 killings in Oklahoma, and they're like, that's weird. And then 2 more killings that are exactly the same in Texas. But nobody talked, right? Everybody, the state's files were just totally, there was no file sharing, there's no information sharing. Nobody ever connected those dots until later, and yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. So anyway, it's fantastic. I like the characters. They introduced a character who's played by somebody who I really liked watching on TV like 10 years ago, and I haven't seen her since. And she pops up, and I'm like, who? Really familiar. Who is that? And then I had to IMDb it and got it. So anyway.
Who is it?
It's Anna Torv. She was in, what's the show that I watched her in? All lo those many years. Known for... Where am I gonna known for here? Fringe. There we go. 2018 to 2013.
Fringe.
Yeah. You ever watched Fringe?
I watched like the first season.
Yeah. Fringe was the first TV show I ever watched the first episode of and then kept watching all the way to the end.
Like
And
in
it's not...
one go, you mean like in one sitting?
No, like week to week. Like
okay.
over the years, just every season sat down and watched that thing the week that it aired, week to week to week to week to week.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And it's not even that great. Like it's okay. It's got is it John Noble?
Yeah. John Noble.
John Noble's in it. He's so good in it. Josh Jackson's in there. He's okay. Lance Reddick's in there. I love Lance Reddick. It's like it's good actors pretty much consistently throughout. I think Anna Torv does a great job. It's just not super good. It kind of starts out as a Monster of the Week TV show where, again, it's FBI, but oh no, crazy, unexplainable stuff is happening. We must investigate the paranormal, right?
Right.
And then it moves into like an alternate universe, multiverse dimension theory show for the last few seasons. And it's like, wait, what? How did we get here exactly?
Yeah.
Yeah. It was good. Watch it to the end anyway.
Fringe is one of those shows that I always pair with. What's the name of that
X-Files?
prison? No, I never watched X-Files.
Prison Break?
No, not the one with sci-fi element. Oh, actually, I guess Prison Break does have sci-fi elements in it. What's the name of that prison on an island? Alcatraz.
Yeah.
Did you ever watch the show, like Alcatraz, I think it was called?
No.
With Sam Neill. It basically, at some point in Alcatraz, all the prisoners disappeared. And then, flash forward to like 2010, they all start slowly popping up one at a time in the area and killing people again and recommitting their crimes.
In Alcatraz or just like San Francisco?
San Francisco, just around.
Nice. That's amazing. Okay.
Yeah, I think it got cancelled after one season. But it's the...
Sorry, go ahead. Mm-hmm.
No? Yeah, it's like the same kind of show to me.
Yeah. Where it's like, this is the real world, except for something crazy paranormal.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I never ever watched a single episode of this one.
It's great. Highly recommend it.
Maybe I'll get there when I'm done with Mindhunter.
Maybe. 60% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Is it? Mm.
Yeah.
What's Fringe?
Like I said, I only got one season out of it. Let's see. Fringe season 1. 84 for the tomato meter and 90 for the audience.
Dang, that is higher than I thought it would be. People really like Fringe. Okay,
Seems that way.
good to know.
Yep.
So let's see. Mindhunter is 10 episodes for season 1. And I'm guessing 10 for season 2. 9 for season 2. All right.
Cutbacks.
Maybe. Maybe. Anyway, super highly recommend Mindhunter. Like, I don't know, people try to tell me how good it was, but they didn't. I don't know if they really sold it and explained what it was well enough to me, because I am surprised at what it is and how good it is. So,
Fair enough.
I am in.
Speaking of being in, the worst segue in the world, did you watch any GSL over the last week, by any chance?
Nope.
Okay, good to know. Good to know. I'm going to pull up a bracket. Because
Please
group
do.
stages are done.
Woohoo! Finally.
And our
Jeez, that was so
prediction
pokey.
results are in.
Prediction results. Where's our predictions? Scroll up.
Scroll up.
Scroll up. Scroll up. Scroll up.
Next year wipe. There it is. I will.
Scroll up. Oh my gosh.
throw
Scroll up.
those-
There it is. Okay, good. I found it too.
I'll throw them in right at the bottom so I can find them again later.
Good plan.
All right.
All
So
right.
Group C.
Let's see. Group C. I had Stats and Solar, and you had Maru and Rogue.
Maro and Rogue getting out of the group.
Holy crap! Stats 0-4. What the heck, Stats? Did you trade bodies with Maru?
Who knows?
Dude, Maru 2-0'd him. He's been winless to Stats for like a year, it feels like.
I know.
He's just like, you know what? My powers have grown since last we met.
Excellent. Twice the pride. Twice the fall. Whatever it is. I can't remember.
Prequel memes. All right. And then he got 2-0'd by Rogue. Oh my gosh. I don't even... The curse is broken. It's officially broken.
Is it broken? Because
Well,
let's
let's see
look
how
at
the
the next group.
playoffs go.
Yeah,
Next
exactly.
group.
The playoffs are the ones that matter for the curse.
Yes, that's true. True.
So who did you have again? And who did I have? You had,
Classic and Deer?
and I had Ragnarok and Zest. Guess who
You
made it through?
You sure did. Ragnarok and
Ragnarok
Zest.
and Zest.
Wow.
me.
You went 4-0.
Yeah.
Did you sacrifice a goat?
No,
Oh.
not a goat. Yeah, my firstborn actually.
I mean, that's more powerful, so yeah, it makes sense. Holy crap. Classic went 1-4. Classic was my first pick. Classic and Stats were like, oh yeah, they're getting through. Nope, not even close.
Nope, sure aren't. And I begrudgingly took Ragnarok. I didn't even like. I was like, well, you took the other ones. I guess I've got Ragnarok, but no, I'm counting it. I picked him, and he went it through.
I am speechless. That is amazing. What a result.
Yeah.
This is why you never bet on sports, boys and girls. Never turns out the way you think.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Wow. All right, so we got our playoffs.
we sure do. How do we want to do this?
Yeah, same thing. Pick one, back, forth, back, forth, back, forth.
Do we want to
So-
pick 4 each? Is that how this is going?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do 4 each.
Okay.
Look at this racial split.
It's pretty good.
3 Terran, 3 Zerg, and 2 Protoss. Like, Terran fans, be happy. Look at this.
Yeah. It's a little unfortunate Keen is going to get eliminated almost immediately.
You think so?
I think so. I think Trap has that.
I don't know, man. I thought Stats was getting to the playoffs, so...
To be fair, that is a good point. And
Yeah.
I haven't seen Keen's qualifying games. I'm just kind of like assuming because I've seen Trap play. Trap's been playing really good.
Yes.
Yeah.
But so is Stats. Like, I don't know that past performance has any indication here. This is a weird season. All right. Okay. So, I'll give you first pick because you smashed me so thoroughly in the group stages.
Cool. I'm taking Mar.
Wow. You are really putting this curse to the test. All right, here we go. I'm writing this down.
Cool.
Sonicron, Maru. Falcon. Oh, no. I'm in my own head now. I was so bad in the group stages. I'm just like, do I trust my instincts or just go against them?
Go with your gut. Go with your gut.
You know what's an interesting pick here?
Ragnarok?
Yeah, it is. Because right away we'd be up against each other.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, here's the thing. I don't see us, I don't see myself taking Keen and Trap. That seems detrimental to my own chances. So we're
Yes,
going to
it
be
does.
like, we're always
We're going to be
up
against each other anyway. Yeah, good call.
Yeah.
True. All right. I'm going to take Rogue. I'm going to go Rogue
You gonna
first.
take Rogue?
BlizzCon champ Rogue.
Okay. That means I get Zest.
You sure do.
Um,
Quick.
Well, no. It just means like, because if I'm always going to be up against you, I'm going to take him either way. I'm just conceding that fact.
Yeah. Okay. Go ahead.
Yeah. I will take Ty.
Okay.
Yep. I will take Ty.
So now it's down to me either to pick
Keen or
Keen
Trap.
or Trap.
Mm.
Well, I mean, you did just so thoroughly indicate that you think Keen's going to get crushed here.
I did.
Yes, but that could have been mind games. You could have been preparing for this moment.
Yeah, I could have, but I would like your first pick could have been Keen or Trap immediately. Like if I could have been like, oh, Keen's getting crushed, and then oh, I will take Maru. You could have then taken Trap. It wouldn't have worked for me.
True. Would have messed it up.
Unless this is a double bluff, and it's been a long con this entire time. 108 episodes of podcast just so I could get Trap.
Leading
Keen,
up to this.
I'm not sure which one I want at the moment.
Oh, gosh. What do I have already? All right, I'm taking Trap.
Taking Trap? All right. I will
So
take
you're
Keen.
All right.
That's good.
Fair enough. So then, dun, 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 I do have Ragnarok and Rogue Trap Dark.
And there's enough time that we should be able to get another round of betting in for the semifinals as well.
Oh, nice. That'll be good.
And yeah. Do we want to put stakes on any of these?
Oh, now that you're winning, you want to put stakes on it.
I'm not winning. I'm not winning.
Because
I
know,
won.
the last few times I've been like, hey, we should put stakes on this. And you're like, no, I'm losing all the time.
No. That is a mischaracterization, and you know it.
Is it? Is it, though?
Yeah, some of the times I've been like, no, we'll do stakes on the playoffs, right? And then the playoffs get here and we forget to do stakes,
That's true.
right?
That's true.
And I'm not winning. I just won the group stages. That doesn't mean I'm winning. That has no relevance here. It just means it. It's like saying I should have taken Mario Rogue, Ragnarok, and Zest because they're the ones I picked in the group stages, but they're not who I picked here.
That's true.
So we're on an equal playing field. In imaginary points I'm winning because I got 2 up on you.
Right.
Yeah. Theoretically. Yeah. Of course. Now all my picks will go like 3-0 because it's playoffs where the curse really kicks in.
You said 3-0.
Yeah. Well, 0-3. They'll go
Oh, okay.
0-3. Yeah. Same score, just
go.
wrong way.
Perfect results because the curse will kick it. All right.
It's opposite.
So how do you want to do this? Do you want to do singing?
No.
You didn't like the singing?
I mean, you gotta think of something. You can't just be singing every time. Mix it up a little.
The singing was a lot of fun.
The problem is I can't return that. I can't be like, oh, sing a song and be like, okay, la 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 la.
La, 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 la. So you have to find something that I don't want to do. That's how this works. Ha.
I don't know.
Think about it. We can agree off the podcast, and then we'll talk about it next week.
Ooh, you can let me rename the guild to Log Horizon.
Oh my gosh. Oh, that hurts me on the inside. Well, in that case, it sounds like a good one. So, all right. Deal.
No, that can't be a deal because I've already gotten Otter Pop Roulette signed and officialized. So.
Oh, you did? Nice. That was good.
Yep. So
all right.
I can't even use that, even if I
gosh.
wanted to.
I love Otter Pop Roulette. It's such a good name.
It is a good name.
It is good. All right. Yeah, so think about it.
I will.
Okay, good. Talk about it later.
Did you hear that Cyril won another tournament?
No. Did he?
Yeah. He went 17-1 For the entire tournament, he dropped one map.
It's pretty stupid, honestly.
Stupid as in this game requires no skill and shouldn't be an esport, or he's like stupidly good.
He's stupidly good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You and I should cast the game, the one map that he dropped.
Oh man, the 25-minute ZVZ with Raynor.
Yeah. Because it is bonkers.
My friend Stu really wants me to watch that too. And I'm like, look, man, it's a ZVZ. Like, I don't care, honestly. I barely watched any of that series. I tuned in because everyone's like, oh, game 1 was great. And then game 2, it was like Raynor went for a Lingbane all-in and Cyril scouted it and shut it down in 3 minutes. And I was like, yep, that's ZVZ in a nutshell, everybody.
Okay, since you don't care about game 1, it was a base race between two Zergs.
Which is weird. This is one of their base races. Yep.
Weird. One of them had lurkers and hydras. The other one only had corruptors and was just peeing on buildings.
That's stupid.
That's bonkers.
Yeah.
Oh, that was so good. Such a good game.
You're not gonna win that? Did the person who had the corruptors win? There's no way.
Maybe.
Fine. Fine. We'll cast it together. We'll put it on the Patreon.
All
right, deal.
Yeah, it's been a while since we've done anything like that anyway.
That's true. It was Maru Scarlet from last year. Was it like November last year?
I don't even want to think about it.
Okay.
If I go back too far, if I worry, I'll rewind my life into that game and be forced to relive it.
It was
a long game.
It was a long game. What sticks out to me most about that game was that Scarlet's creep spread was in Maru's base, and then he pushed it all the way back, and then she re-creeped it all the way across the map. I've never seen that before. I've never seen the creep go all the way across, be entirely killed, and then re-put all the way across. That's insane.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
impressive. If you haven't seen that game, go see it, people.
Go see it.
Yep.
Because it was stupid. There were 80-something nukes.
Yeah. There were also a lot of nukes. Do you remember the time when a nuke was special in StarCraft?
Yes. And then Terrans were like, let me show you how we do this.
Yeah. And the next thing you know, there was a nuclear arms race in the Kaprulu sector. Now everyone's got them.
Yep.
Yeah. Literally everyone.
For lore consistency, I'd like it if they left a little bit of fallout or they landed, but that'd be so overpowered in multiplayer.
Oh, yeah.
Not only do you nuke this person's base, but all their workers die if they continue to stick around. That's not cool.
Yeah. How about it doesn't kill them? The fallout doesn't kill them. It just gives them a 2-minute debuff on if they're workers, they mine 1 mineral less per trip, or slightly less damage, or the shields recharge slightly slower because it's fighting off radiation. Yeah, I'm on board with that. It just feels like adding insult to injury to be I nuked your base. Either I got all your workers or you had to pull them, right, and lose all that income for a little bit, and now it's worse for you to mine there. Well, here's the thing. Terrans can literally over-nuke their opponent with no benefit. Maru versus Solar, game 1 of Group C, which he lost.
Yeah.
Was a 40-minute late game thing where he threw down 30 nukes and he was getting nothing for them.
Yeah.
Because it's okay, you're doing a little bit of zoning, sure you're pushing back creep and maybe denying some mining zone. But ultimately, he's throwing away a lot of minerals and gas every time he does it for very little.
Yeah, for sure. But it's psychological warfare. It's just the Zerg player is, I'm not going to say panicking, although lower level ones would. But it just focuses your attention so much on where's the next nuke coming. You're constantly scanning your creep. You're constantly checking the edges. You're looking at all your bases. It goes off. You have to cycle through every single base that you have and your army and the edges of your creep. It's hard to play normal and do that.
True. It's like a you have 15 seconds to look at the entire map.
Yeah.
Kind of
And then while you're
thing.
doing that one, another nuke goes off, and you're like, no.
Well, I mean, to be fair, if a second nuke goes off, it's actually easier because if there's 2 nukes on the map, it increases your chances of at least finding one.
Yeah, but you want to find both of them.
I mean, yeah. But
Yeah.
if you only find one, just pull everything away from that one.
Yeah, but then the second one lands. So, like, congratulations.
Right, but no. But you pull everything.
You pull
Right,
all
if
of your workers from every base? That doesn't seem good. Strats with Summicron. If a nuke is launched, pull all of your workers away from every base you have.
That isn't what I meant, you know it.
You're right.
Just pull everything in like the surrounding area away from that, and well, just be lucky that that one didn't get anything.
Just give
There's
up,
a reason I'm not a pro
basically.
player.
Yeah. Oh no, I would rage quit. Like after like the 6th nuke, I'd be like, I'm done. Quit.
Quit.
Not happening. I'm not playing against this. Like the fact that Cyril and Solar have like the fortitude to just sit there and just get nuked constantly for 30 minutes is just insane.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's fairly similar to Nidus swarms on some level.
Incredibly similar. Yeah.
Yeah. So like this will probably be out by the time you hear this, but I cast a game between Showtime and Ragnarok. And Ragnarok went 3-base swarm hosts, which we see quite a bit of, and he threw up. Actually, I counted. It was 13 swarm hosts. 13. Sorry, it's 13 Nidus swarms
Okay.
over the course of the from the 9-minute mark to the 13-minute mark. Just bam, 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 and Showtime killed every single one. He had a little Oracle hit squad. He had Immortals. He had Zealots running around. Every time a Nidus Swarm came up, Showtime got vision on it and killed it. It was amazing. So that's kind of the other side of it. Protoss experiences that sometimes with Zerg, but...
Okay, how about this for like a buff to the nuke? Nuke also has EMP fallout because nukes have EMP fallout in
They sure
real
do.
life.
Yep.
So you could also just maybe then see nukes used in TVP. Of course, that really just does beg the question, why not just use EMP?
No, the radius would be bigger with a nuke, right? It should be,
yeah,
anyway.
Should be.
Yeah.
I don't know what the size difference is between the new upgraded EMP nuke size and the nuke radius size.
Right.
Well, yeah.
I mean, if you're just assuming the radius of damage done by a nuke is also EMP'd, that's a lot bigger than even the upgraded EMP area of effect, I think.
Yeah, should be. And I mean, it is damage plus shields and energy going, so...
Yeah, maybe we see more nukes versus Protoss then. We really don't see them all that much. Sometimes.
Yeah, almost never in Pro League.
Yeah, I guess I did watch a Zest versus TY, or maybe I cast one of those, but there were nukes thrown down.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Did they get a lot done?
All the Zest games roll together for me because he does the same thing. He's the most patient, plodding Protoss player I've ever seen. He just maxes out, expands every once in a while, dances around the middle, kind of pokes in. If it's not the perfect situation where he can kill a base, he just pulls back out again. He never commits to anything unless it's a guaranteed kill. And against TY, that wasn't going to happen. So it was just dancey dance for 25 minutes. And every game with Zest is like that. ZVP is the same way. He just dancey dance. Never goes for it. Drives me crazy, but it works, man. He wins games with it.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to remember if TY won that game. I think he did. I think he got a couple nukes on a couple of Zest's bases and wiped out 40 probes, and then it was downhill from there. So they're good. Nukes are good. They should be used more against Protoss, I think, even without magic EMP buffs. But maybe if it had EMP buff, we'd see it more.
Oh, yeah. I think you buff anything, you see it more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Generally. Although sometimes they give units buff and they still don't get used. In the test map they do, and then when it goes live, everyone's like, it's not as good as I thought. That's got to be frustrating. I'm trying to think of an example, but can you imagine being a Blizzard Balance team member and being like, all right, I need this unit to get used more. Let's buff it. You have endless meetings about it and implement it into the game and test the crap out of it. And then everyone's like, eh.
Rapid fire cyclones were a bit like that. After Innovation went mass cyclone on BlizzCon stage, it wasn't for BlizzCon. It wasn't. It was for Shoutcraft Kings, where they were playing the games on the test map. And so Innovation just went like mass cyclone to see if the enemies could handle it, and he lost instantly.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so I think it probably happened with that, where people are like, okay, doesn't actually work.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess another example, not that they were trying to make the medevac more used, but the whole buff to, I can't ever remember what it is because nobody ever gets it. It extends the duration of the boost, right?
Yeah. Often, not Infernal Pre-Igniters. That's Blue Flame.
It is.
Why is it the community name for it is way better than the actual name for it? Blue Flame is just rename it Blue Flame.
They should do that. I agree.
Yeah. Although I guess that does kind of fit in with some people's complaints that all the upgrades are just dumb, like +1 weapons attack, bunker armor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's Ignite Afterburners.
Ignite Afterburners. It used to be...
No, sorry. That's the name of boost.
Oh.
Which, I did not know that. It's Rapid Reignition System. Reduces the cooldown of Ignite Afterburners from 8 seconds to 6... Okay, so that's what it is. It's not that it lasts longer. It's that you can use it 2 seconds faster than you used to be able to after you've already used it once. Which...
It used to be that way. It used to last longer.
Yeah.
And then no one was using it until they switched it to this. And nobody still uses it.
Nobody uses it.
Yeah.
Because it's never been like... And they boost out of there. They escape with all their Marines. And, oh no, if they could have only used it 2 seconds sooner, everybody wouldn't have died. Like, that's never the case.
Usually it's never the case because, like, the time that the drop spent in the base, right, is enough for it to come off cooldown. And they're only going to push boost once the units are loaded. They don't need it to be any quicker.
Right.
Well, I mean, it just doesn't matter if it's quicker because the drop's on the ground for 6 seconds. It doesn't matter.
Right.
Right?
It's a
literally
bad
never
upgrade.
helps. The only time it helps is if you want to queue up a drop and you like, all right, I know they've got an army somewhere in the middle of the map, so I'm going to send it literally around the edge of the entire thing, and you can probably fit 2 boosts in the like travel time. That's super niche and never worth it to get.
Totally. Yep.
Yeah.
It's dumb. I guess Banshee speed is another one we never really get to see all that much, except in like super late ZVT, and if the Terran is going for like 8 Banshees or more.
Yeah, 8 I feel like is way more than I think Terrans get like 4 Banshees and they're going for Hyperflight.
You think so?
I feel like it'd be worth it at that point. If you have 4 Banshees, why not?
Yeah, I mean, if you're investing that much into it, I agree. I'm just trying to think of a game where they only had 4 Hyperflight.
Well, I mean,
Banshees.
I feel like if you're getting 4, you're probably going to get more. And it's like at that point, you
just
should
start
be
it
working on
now.
upgrades. Yeah.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Never used upgrades in StarCraft 2.
Never used upgrades?
Yeah. Well, what's interesting is the initial... Like, what I was thinking was, what upgrades were added to units to help them be used but never get used anyway? And we had this discussion. That's one. But again, it doesn't mean DTs are never used. DTs are still used. They just don't bother getting the upgrade. Right?
Yep.
So, but the problem is that we talked about this recently, is that I feel like every unit in StarCraft has a use and is used. Like, I can't think of something that literally you see it and you're like, holy crap, they're making
I feel that way with Ultralisks. I feel like I've never seen a Ultralisk recently be used super well. Especially in battlecruiser openings.
Right.
Right? Terrible.
So, yes. I think I'm with you there. I don't think I've seen Ultralisks win recently. I just think... Both Protoss, all 3 races, honestly, have really good answers to Ultralisks.
Right.
But I have seen them used, especially in ZVTs. I've seen them attempted to be used for sure.
I saw Stefano use them 2 days ago
Oh,
versus
there you go.
special, because he
Yeah.
went Lingbane into Ultra, and it did not go well.
Right.
Right, which is why I feel like, oh, that's why I never see them. It doesn't go well. But it's also, he went Lingbane into Ultra rather than slowly climbing the tech tree with like roaches and hydras and vipers if he needed them and infestors and then got ultras to pad out his ground. No, he went Lingbane into Ultra.
How fast did he get ultras out? That's crazy.
9 minutes, I think. 9.
That is zippy. Zippy stuff.
Right. I think the problem was Special had battle cruisers.
Yeah. You know what? Can't shoot battle cruisers. A lot of things, but especially Ultralisks.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Ultralisks did just get that new upgrade, Anabolic Synthesis.
Yep.
Makes him faster off creep, but doesn't make him usable.
It makes them better, but you're right. Not enough. Not enough of an upgrade. You know what they need? Burrow Charge.
No.
Come on, back me up on this. It'd be so overpowered.
It would be overpowered.
like,
yeah, I can back you up on that.
I can't believe how little video evidence there is of this concept. Like, they introduced it into a potential balance change in Heart of the Swarm.
Mm-hmm.
And it just seems like once everybody was like, no! that they just removed all video evidence that this was ever even proposed.
I
I can barely find it anywhere.
I mean, you can still get Burrow Charged in co-op.
Can you get Burrow Charge in co-op?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe that's what I need then. Play some more co-op.
I think you gotta play Stukov because he gets the Apocalypse, which is a giant Ultralisk with missile launchers and like mecha claws and can Burrow Charge.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I remember the first time I saw that. I saw the little video clip, like introducing new ability Burrow Charge, and I'm like, what's that? And yeah, it just like burrows under the ground, tunnel at 40,000 miles an hour, and then pops up right in the middle of a Protoss death ball, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I need that so bad. Like, it wouldn't be as good against Protoss, I don't think. It'd be stupid good against Terran.
Mm-hmm.
Popping up in the middle of a bio ball would just be like, all right, well, everything's dead now.
Yeah. Do you remember the Terran Shredder unit?
I do not. When was that?
2011. I got a link for you.
That was before you started paying attention to StarCraft, wasn't it?
It certainly was.
Yeah,
it certainly was. But fortunately, these things called videos stay on the internet and continue, and then I can go back and find them.
Yep, you got it.
Now, wouldn't it be great to have a couple of these in the game?
Did they just sit there and emit an AoE damage thing forever?
Mm-hmm.
Holy crap! It's not even like an ability where it stops?
No. It just keeps going.
The roaches just died. We need more ways to kill roaches as Terran. We're terrified of roaches as Terran.
Yeah, tanks aren't good enough.
Nope, Marauders aren't good enough. Liberators aren't good enough. Battlecruisers aren't good enough. Nope, none of those things. Holy crap, that's fantastic. All the comments are like, no! We need a list. There's got to be a list of like proposed balance updates to StarCraft that were immediately rejected by the community because it was so overpowered.
There's got to be a list out there somewhere.
There's got to be a list. Burrow Charge and Shredder are definitely on there.
What about a Burrow Charge Ultralist that emits a Shredder Ray?
Yep. I'd play that.
Yep.
I'm trying to... I mean, how far back do we go? Because I remember, like, Alpha StarCraft 2. There was a... Mother Planet Cracker... I'm trying to remember. Something like that ability.
I mean, you could just,
Here we
like...
go.
I think it would be easier to find, like, things that were removed from the game.
Yeah.
That if you were to pitch them now would sound like a bad idea. Like, you know the mothership. What about if you just took like the center of that and gave it the ability to like make pylons shoot? All right.
Oh yeah. For example,
For-
just a random example.
what is going on?
Yeah, mothership with like AOE damage.
Yeah, and it's like short range. It has blink.
Yeah.
God, that is ridiculous. And they
Yeah.
cloak each other, of course.
Yes, the mothership was insanely good.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it would made it into the beta. It was definitely in the alpha though. Back when the models were clunky as all get out.
Oh yeah.
This is a better one. This is a better version. I think this is from the alpha because it looks terrible. But it's just this AoE
gee.
beam that comes down and just brawls all the things.
What is
Yeah.
It looks like prismatic alignment.
Yeah.
Ironically.
Yep. I'm pretty sure it's doing splash damage too, so that's good.
Yeah. It's also a video that runs at 15 frames a second.
Sure does. Because it was uploaded in 2009. Good crap. Not 1999 though.
No. 2009 makes it pretty old though,
Yeah.
especially
10
for
years.
YouTube.
10 years.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, StarCraft 2 is almost 10 years old. Hot dang.
Hot dang.
Maybe there will be a celebration. Maybe not.
I'd put money on it. I'd bet on that being a 10-year celebration.
Me too. Something.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
Log in and get a new spray.
Probably.
Sounds about right. New spray it is. All right. Well, anything else we want to cover today? We got a good spread of things, I think.
I think we got a good spread. Yep.
Agreed.
Yep.
All right, good stuff. Well, thanks for hanging out with us. Again, if you have any suggestions about the pod, feel free to email me at falconpaladin@gmail.com. Let us know if you want something in the store. We'll be happy to check into that as well. Somebody requested a Falcon Paladin mouse pad the other day, so we're investigating that. And again, we are listening to you. So please check that out. Check out the show notes. Check out the Patreon as well for the pod. Feel free to just, throw $1 a month at the podcast if you're interested, or more if you're interested as well. And until next time, as always, thanks for hanging out with us today. And you take care of yourself.